first, I have a question, and I'm going to ask it to Sean Mapes, but I'm asking it to all of you. Does this show need a rebrand? And I ask it from this perspective. This is the first year that I've hosted a sports radio show where I've actually talked about college football at all. And it's been fun. But we have, I think, earned ourselves a reputation, Sean Mapes and I. Sean Mapes is a UT guy. I tend to lean UT. And here we are on the flagship station of the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies, possibly being, in the eyes of some, the biggest Aggie haters alive. Sean, do you feel, fair or unfair, that is the perception that people have of this show, 10 to noon on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5?
I think it's the perception. I think it's fair to say that is the perception. I'm not here to say if the perception is fair in itself.
I'm not either. I will say Texas A&M does make it rather easy for this Yankee carpetbagger.
It was, I will say, bad timing on their part that we both, I got put on your show the same year that they, had the number one recruiting class and went 5-7.
I'm talking a lot of trash with Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, it made it easy.
Basketball
made it
programs,
easy.
Falling on some hard times too. A lot of money being invested into it. Then you add the whole viral Texas A&M midnight yells. I mean, there's been a lot of ammunition for us. And I can't help it, guys. I walk around with a match at all times. Okay? Always ready to light stuff up. So Texas A&M has given us a lot of opportunities here. But I think that is the perception of this show. No more. Guys, Texas A&M did something yesterday that you're going to think I'm being sarcastic when I talk about why I like it, that I think is going to turn them in to the national relevant program that they've always wanted to be. They hired Bobby Petrino to be their offensive coordinator and offensive play caller. Yes, that Bobby Petrino. Oh. One of the most legendarily, at best, morally dubious figures we've seen in the college coaching ranks in quite some time. And that is saying something. But now Jimbo Fisher has his own version of Darth Vader. Although this Darth Vader wears a neck brace instead of a helmet. I mean, let's go back to one of the great moments in Bobby Petrino history. Oh, I'm riding my motorcycle with my side piece. Oh, honey, I crashed. And awkwardly gives a press conference with a bruised face and a neck brace and talks about what he went through.
I enjoy going out and riding the bike. That's why I was just going out on a Sunday night after dinner, short ride. I'd been in that area before, but I normally stopped at Elkins High School and turned around and came back, so I went a little further. But, it's something that really, puts a scare in you. I can't say that I'm not going to ride a motorcycle again because I might do that.
Hell yeah. He might still ride a motorcycle. All you haters, all you cage drivers. That's what motorcyclists call people that drive in cars. You cage rider. Seriously, that's a real thing. Because motorcycles, a lot of them drive like a-holes, let's be honest. But they call people that drive in cars because they're all safe in their little cage. They call them cage drivers. That ain't Bobby Petrino, the new offensive coordinator for Texas A&M. Also, what I really enjoyed about Bobby Petrino is a little bit later in that press conference that he's doing, again, with a neck brace looking like he just survived a bar fight.
Don't forget the Sugar Bowl hat to remind everyone, hey, remember? Sugar Bowl. That was
right.
me.
That's right.
The guy
Sean
in the
Mapes.
neck brace.
That's right. Me, head coach of Arkansas, also Sugar Bowl. Let's forget about the whole Falcons thing. Huh? Let's forget about the time to, stepped out of Louisville, was trying to get a job with Auburn. Forget about all that, okay? Forget about it. he continues, and then he starts talking about helmet safety.
The ironic thing is they're sitting there in the kitchen, Becky and I had 2 helmets out, and I said, this one's going to be really heavy and hot, and then this one makes me look like a cone head. I think I'll just go with the hat. Obviously, bad call. We wouldn't have converted the 3rd down.
Too cool for helmets, rides a motorcycle. This guy's a real man. And now he is the offensive coordinator at Texas A&M. And look, the thing I like about what Texas A&M is doing right now is that they are now just embracing the fact that they're a somewhat villainous program. They are outspending everybody, and now they just don't even care about the morality side of things. I mean, shoot, you may as well hire Art Briles to be your quarterback coach. Let's just go all in. I like this kind of Texas A&M. And I know there's some people out there who are going to remind me of the Aggie Code of Honor. An Aggie does not lie. Ooh, Bobby Petrino failed that one. Cheat. Ooh. Well, Bobby Petrino failed that one. Steal. You could argue he stole money from the Atlanta Falcons, from the Louisville Cardinals, when after winning the Heisman with Lamar Jackson, he soft quit, as they say. Moving to Arkansas as well. There's some stealing going on. Also, they don't tolerate those who do. So Texas A&M said, you know what? We're done being the goody two-shoes with our Aggie rings and our cute little corny midnight yells. We're going full heel. And I like it. I'm all here for the rebrand. And here's the other thing, too. On a serious note, I think this could work. I really do. It could be an absolute disaster, but I think it's just as likely to work. Flip a coin. Give Bobby Petrino Connor Wigman. We saw what Petrino did with Lamar Jackson. I mean, he won a Heisman with that guy at Louisville. And Lamar Jackson's an incredible athlete. I don't know if Wigman's on that level, but what we saw from Wigman when he finally got on the field at the end of last year, I'm excited about this. So I like that Texas A&M is rebranding a little bit. You do have to get past the whole thing that Jimbo Fisher is still trying so hard to be Nick Saban while acting like he hates Nick Saban. You know, remember back in May when he's asked about the amount of money that went into the name, image, and likeness for his recruiting class, and then he got all salty.
People think they're God. Go dig into how God did his deal. You may find out about a guy that a lot of things you don't want to know. We built him up to be the czar of football. Go dig into his past, or anybody that's ever coached with him. You can find out anything you want to find out, what he does and how he does it. And it's despicable. It really is. And it's a shame we have to sit up here and have this conversation about things we do. And it's personal to us? Yes, it is. It's personal to A&M. It's personal to our players. It's personal to our coaches and everybody involved. And I know the guy. Know him really well.
Do you think Jimbo Fisher dug into the past of Bobby Petrino? He might have overlooked it. And again, I get it. They were 5-7 last year. A massive disappointment, and Fisher looks like he can't control the offense. Is Fisher going to actually be a control freak, or is he going to delegate all of this to Bobby Petrino? If he actually delegates it, this could work out. I'll say it again. And I like the fact that Texas A&M is embracing being a heel. Again, I do think Jimbo Fisher wants to wear Nick Saban's skin, and bringing in disgraced coaches to essentially be his intern, that is straight out of the Nick Saban playbook, Bill O'Brien. So he can't deny it anymore, but I'm cool with it. I like the idea of Texas A&M as a football program that just doesn't care at all about what's morally right. Screw it. You know? Who cares about the Aggie code? You don't lie? Bleep that. Cheat all you want. Steal? Do it. Tolerate those who do. What if I don't know about it? What if I look the other way? I'm all about this version of the Texas A&M fighting Aggies. It wasn't the best day for the Aggies yesterday, though. Yeah, they hired Bobby Petrino. They're going to get roasted a bit for it. Did you see what happened in their college basketball game against the Florida Gators?
And Florida, as the Aggies make their SEC debut of this season, and Florida tries to snap a 2-game losing streak, but there's a fly in the ointment. Todd Golden told moments ago that the game will not start on time because Texas A&M's uniforms were left at the team hotel. So, rush hour traffic being what it is in Gainesville, somebody's got to scoot back there, pick up the jerseys and shorts, and come back to Exact Tech. And until then, Todd Golden and his Gators will get some more shots up.
And the game began with the Gators taking a technical foul shot to open. So Florida was leading 1-0 before the actual tip-off. Luckily, Texas A&M did win the game, and they covered too because Florida was favored, 66-63. I don't know, maybe call Vernon Maxwell about getting through Gainesville rush hour traffic. Did you know that he's a Gainesville lifer? Fun fact about him. Like, grew up in Gainesville, went to Florida. How about that? Gainesville, not a fun place. Story about Gainesville. One time, I was in a baseball tournament when I was still playing baseball. I think it was my freshman year of high school. We stayed in Gainesville, and I remember vividly going to an IHOP with my friend Cameron and his mom. And the person who came out with my pancakes had, I got to say, the longest beard I've ever seen. We're talking about a foot-long beard that only was on his chin. Like, it was straight out of the Confederate Army circa, like, 1864 when these guys didn't even have a chance to shower anymore, groom themselves.
How close to your pancakes was the beard?
That's the end of the story, Sean. The beard touched my pancakes. I did not eat the top pancake because I was hungry, but I did eat the rest of the pancakes. Gainesville, Florida, everybody.